Hey guys, welcome back to Math at School. Today in this video, I'm going to show you how to do multiplication of radical numbers like the following. So if you know how to solve this question or if you want to test yourself, you can pause this video at this point and solve it yourself. Post your answers in the comment section down below so that you can check whether you got this question right or not once I reveal the correct answer in just minutes. Now I'm going to start solving this question step by step so you can learn how to approach a question like this. So we have we have 2 square root of 3 plus square root of 2 multiplied by parenthesis square root of 3 plus 2 square root of 2. Now we're going to have to distribute both terms to both terms that come later in this expression and also distribute square root of 2 to both terms that come later in this expression. Well, before we do that, there is one thing that we need to know in order to successfully solve this question, and that is if you are multiplying a square root of b times c square root of d, what you do is you multiply whatever is outside of the square roots together, and you multiply whatever is inside the square root together and put it underneath the square root sign. So the numbers that are outside of the square root stays outside, while the numbers that are in or under the square root stays underneath the square root sign. It's as simple as that. So I'm gonna have this cheat sheet posted right here so that we can refer to this when we want to while tackling this question. So let's get started on solving this question. The first thing that I'm going to do is to distribute 2 square root of 3 to both terms that we are multiplying it to. So what I'm doing is I am going to have to multiply 2 square root of 3 with square root of 3, and then also multiply 2 square root of 3 with the second number, 2 square root of 2. And then the next step is to distribute square root of 2 to both terms that come later, and that'll give me square root of 2 times square root of 3 and square root of 2 times 2 square root of 2. Alright, so first step is done. Next step is to carry out all of these multiplications and rewrite those expressions in the second line. Here I have 2 and 1. So 2 is the number that goes outside of the square root sign, and underneath the square root I have 3 times 3, so I'm gonna put 9 underneath the square root sign. And here I have 2 times 2 that are outside of the square roots, so I'm gonna put 4, and underneath the square root I have 3 times 2, so I'm gonna put 6. Here I don't have any number outside of the square root, so I only have 2 numbers underneath the square root sign that are being multiplied, so I have square root of 2 times 3, which is square root of 6. And for the last part, I have 1 here and 2 that's being multiplied. So 2 is the number that goes outside of the square root, and underneath the square root, I am going to have to multiply 2 and 2 together to come up with 4. And the signs are all positive, so I'm going to add them all together. Now next step is to turn this number into integer, because square root of 9 is equal to 3. Square root of 6 will stay as it is because it cannot be further simplified, but square root of 4 can be simplified as 2. So I'm gonna rewrite those numbers. I have 2 times 3, which is 6. I have here 2 times 2, which can be rewritten as 4. And here I have 4 square root of 6 plus square root of 6. And if I treat square root of 6 like I would treat a variable, it's simple. I have 4 square root of 6 plus square root of 6, which is equal to 5 square root of 6. So that's what I'm going to write right here. To simplify this, I write 5 square root of 6. And again, all the signs are positive. And if I combine like terms here, I can combine 6 and 4 together. So I end up with 10 plus 5 square root of 6. And that is the simplest form that we can come up with. So I'm going to box it and define that as my final answer. So the final answer for this problem will be 10 plus 5 square root of 6. Alright, I hope you got this right, but even if you didn't, you have seen how to solve this step by step, literally. And there's a nice little cheat sheet right here for your reference, so I hope this also helped. Alright, if you like this video, please go ahead and press that like button and also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I'm gonna come up with more helpful videos later on, so stay tuned. I'll come back with more helpful videos. Bye!